Hi everyone, welcome to this week's tarot reading. Welcome to Spiritual Side Reiki and Tarot. I'm going to do your weekly reading for the week of November 17th to the 24th. Let's see what the cards have to say today. So just, go into your frame of mind right now and connect in with yourself and what you're going through or thinking about. And then, like always, just take 2 or 3 messages that resonate with you away from this reading. Not all parts will resonate, but if even a message or 2 pop in that help guide you through, just shuffle in a little more. I have some Palo Santo on. It's kind of going a little too much. So just think of any sort of question that you're looking for clarity or insight on, or some synchronicity, something I may say that, maybe part of something that you're considering or going through or on your mind. There's no right or wrong with the tarot. They're a tool of divination, and they're meant to connect us with our higher selves and our guides and source directly and get some messages. So I'm going to cut the deck, and I'm going to call the divine with love and light. And I'm also going to welcome all our new subscribers. Thank you for liking, sharing, and spreading the word on Spiritual Side Reiki and Tarot. I really appreciate it. Okay, so let's see what this week's spread has to say. Okay, looking good. We're looking good. We're coming into a holiday weekend for our friends in the US. So that is so nice. Okay. Totally keep on trucking with an open heart, leading with an open heart, the Page of Cups. So the underlying card here is the Page of Cups, and the cups represent our heart emotion, our emotion and connection and relationship with another person. So what's really nice about the cups is it's an energy that you exchange with somebody. So it's like water, like just think about water, how it goes through the process of evaporation and condensation and then precipitation. So that's just like our love too. We send it out, we absorb, we exchange it, we receive it, we absorb it, we send it out. So if you're going into a family situation that's tough or stressful, because it seems like some of you are, you have the Hierophant in the present position. So I don't know why Thanksgiving came to mind right away, but this is coming into the holidays. I think I mentioned even last reading, we can prepare ourselves. And a lot of my Reiki that I do, you do prepare yourself by grounding more into your present moment right now so that you can allow expansion in that future time, right? So the Hierophant shows me a traditional type of hierarchy, so maybe very strict situation. This can be with your family for sure, and this could be a dynamic that you also play out into your life. But what I'm seeing is there's a lot of tradition that could be happening, but there's also a lot of breakdown that's happened. So maybe you've just completed like a cycle for yourself, or you have come to a point in your life where you've ended a way of thinking, a pattern, a behavior, or something, because in your past position you got the Death card. So this to me just kind of ends everything, right? Like it's the Death card. So however that resonates with you in your past tense, it could have been the end of a relationship, the end of a job, the end of a dream, like not dream, but the end of a hobby or an end of a project where you're just like, this is done. Like I've fully exhausted this. I'm shedding this. And especially because we're coming in to the 2020 astrology, and so much is happening right now. We just had our full moon in Taurus on the 12th. We have the new moon in Sagittarius and its home sign on the 26th of November, which is just, there's a lot of really great energy right now to do that inner cleansing, healing, shedding work that we've been talking about over the past couple of months with some of the readings and what's come through. But basically, I think what it's a time that it's showing me here, what the cards are now looking and saying is, if you are coming from a tradition, if you are going to be sitting around a holiday table with people who don't think the same as you, don't have the same paradigm as you, don't have the same views as you, That's okay, because you got the 10 of Pentacles in your future card. You have to own your own path. You have to own your own tradition. You can honor your ancestors, and you can honor your elders, and you can honor your parents, and you can honor your family in such a way that doesn't have to compromise you. It shouldn't compromise you. And I think the only person that really is allowed to step out of that tradition and that hierarchy, if you're stuck in that, is you. And that's where I like the 10 of Pentacles here, because it's in your future role, and it's not only showing like a fruition and establishment monetarily, materialistically, where you're in comfort, you've achieved successes, you've grown a family, you've partnered with somebody that has allowed you to expand into a bigger version of yourself, into something that's complete, something that makes you feel complete. So that 10 of Pentacles energy is really strong right now. So go into it from a place of love, and it's self-love, that where it comes from. So accepting yourself, accepting your situation. If you have a non-traditional situation, or a marriage or a relationship that's not technically approved of, which, okay, that's a contract that you've made in a soul position. So really, you know, you are the one who has to realize when that can be cleansed from you, and you can move forward without that, and out living in that vibration of you know, something restrictive. I'm surprised you didn't get like any of those cards, but you did get quite a bit more coming down here. High numbers. So I have 2 9s here. I have the 10 card and the death card, which, you know, they're like an end of something. So all that work maybe that we were talking about last time, you've been working on that. So you've been working through that, and that's showing in this week's reading, because it's showing that you've practiced self-compassion, or you practice self-care, or self-love, or self-forgiveness, or self allowance, like to break through something, to not be angry anymore, or not be frustrated anymore, but just to more get into your own flow state. So, you know, there's a lot of expansion. I mentioned again the new moon in Sagittarius, total time to set an extension, an intention of really deep breadth, because you have that opportunity to expand in one more time with Sagittarius before Jupiter goes into Capricorn at the beginning of December. And then once we go there, we like put it into gear. Like, you know, Saggy, we are just Jupiter, we're like going to this end and going to this end. Which way should we go? And then once we get to Capricorn, it's like we're locked and loaded, and we're driving that, because the energies that come up astrologically really will support that driving. The energies that we've been going through this past year with Jupiter and Sagittarius, those energies allowed for a lot of like sampling. Maybe you thought of things you never thought of before. You considered things you never considered. You said, I could do that, when you never thought you could do it before. Well, now's the time to get the roadmap all established here. And then once we get to that January 2020 transit that comes in, it's just like, get that in not cruise control, because I don't want to ever say like just cruise, but more into drive. Like it's almost like you've set yourself up now, and now you can just you can just give her, like, get on the Autobahn and just go, because you know where you're going. You know your destination. You're not wavering into it. You're like, no, this is what's going to serve my highest good,